Hey, what's up, guys? We got another week of fights to predict and pick. This is my very, 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 very amateur opinion of how these fights are going to go. But my locks are 3-1 so far. So, locks, maybe you should pay attention to my one lock for this card, but we'll see. So, my first pick is Muhammad Usman over Peterson. I think Peterson's going to gas out. His cardio tank is not that well. I mean, neither is Usman's, but Usman does have Kamara as his brother, which helps in terms of IQ big time. And I think that Usman will actually win in the distance, but we'll see. I think he's overall better, though, and Peterson is a new guy, so I think Usman has the edge and advantage in this fight. Next fight, honestly, a toss-up, Carolina and Lucy. Don't know how to say her last name. Honestly, Carolina's won her last two. She had a late KO last fight, and she can win this on the ground. I don't have much faith in this pick, but ultimately it came down to Lucy losing her last few and having a erratic record. They're both like iffy in terms of their fighting, so we really don't know what's going to happen with that one, but we'll see. Next, we got Loic versus Trey Ogden. I picked Loic because overall he's a better fighter. I truly do believe he's like the jack of all trades. And Ogden did beat Holloway last time they fought because he got him to the ground and he was able to do damage on the ground. But I don't think he's going to be able to do that with Loic. Loic's very good on the ground and on his feet. I don't think he's going to get him to the ground very often, and I think Loic has a great gas tank. So we'll see how he does. Loic's value is really good, though, in the betting lines. He's a good money line to look at, but I don't know. That's for you to decide. The next fight, you got Miranda Maverick over here versus Barbosa. There's a lot of people saying Barbosa could get a submission, but Miranda Maverick's a vet. Barbosa has barely entered the UFC. She's on 2 wins, 2-win streak. And Maverick's had a lot of tough competition, and she's a good grappler. Everybody knows this. I think Maverick wins this in a decision, but we'll see. And the next, we got the substitute teacher himself, Cody Gibson versus Kelleher. I think Gibson's going to win because he just has the advantage overall in this fight. And Kelleher's been on a losing streak, same as Gibson. But whoever's losing this fight's getting out of the UFC most likely, and I think Gibson's has better competition, and I think he pulls this off. So I'm riding with Cody Gibson for that one. All right, going to the next banger. This one's actually a good one, and I did switch my pick. You can tell I put the thumbs down because I agree with Silva getting the dub. Bruno Silva trains with Henry Cejudo, and he's got great power in his strikes. He's crazy good. Not taking anything away from Cody Durden, but I just see Silva going crazy and landing some nasty shots on him. But it's going to be a banger fight. Honestly, it should be the co-main event, in my opinion. But I'm rocking with Silva after reanalyzing what I originally picked. So it's hard to bet against Durden, but yeah, Silva. He's black belt BJJ, and he's honestly could have been a top 15 contender if he didn't get hurt. So he's a little bit older, but man, all the skill sets are there for him to be a legit contender. So we got to go with our boy. And then we got, this one's hard. Bill Algo and Choi. I honestly went with Choi because he's a killer be killed fighter. He strikes and he goes for blood, and it has costed him some wins because he's very defenseless. He doesn't really care to defend himself when he's striking, which could bite him in the butt. But I think if Choi comes out swinging like he always does, this is his fight to win. But we will see if it goes to a decision. Our boy Bill is probably going to pick up the W, so we'll see. I'm excited for both these fights back to back, though. All right, I'm using my big boy forehead to block that messy thumbs down. But hey, next fight we got Kanan versus Holloway. I honestly picked Holloway because I don't see Kanan doing anything crazy to him. Kanan's fights that I've seen him like leading and following the fighter he goes against. He did this against Elvis Brenner, and he was following him, and he was getting caught a little bit, and he was throwing big strikes, but it was after he was following him. So I don't like that. And I think Alabo's been, he's a vet, he's older, he's 1-4 in the UFC, he doesn't really have a good track record, but I think he's going to beat Kanan, because I just don't see Kanan doing it. I don't think he's going to accomplish that task at hand. And then I love this fight, Garcia versus Choi, because Steven Garcia is very hurtable, but he's durable. Same with Choi. So they're both kind of the same fighter, but Garcia has better finishing. He has a better finishing rate. So if someone's going to finish the other, it's going to be Garcia, in my opinion. And then the co-main event, this was hard for me. But I went with Park because I feel like Brad Tavares is getting washed, sadly. Just seeing his last few fights, he does have the best takedown defense at 81%. That's a crazy percentage. But I just see Park getting the job done. And it's hard to admit Brad Tavares is washed, but I think he is, and I think he's on his decline, which is why I feel so obligated to pick Park. So that's my reasoning there. But we'll see. Hopefully the fight goes all rounds and Brad is able to win, but we'll see. I have Park. So all right, last but not least, the main event, Amanda Lemos versus Verna. And I was torn at this at the beginning because these guys or these girls are the exact, like, they complement each other. Like, they'd make the best fighter if they were meshed together. Amanda Lemos is a great striker and is very good on her feet, but she's been finished by Zhang, obviously because she's terrible on the ground. Amanda Lemos is not a good wrestler. Meanwhile, Verna is a great wrestler, but she's not a good striker, and compared to Lemos. And I think if Lemos is able to keep this on her feet, she's going to win this and pull it off. So that's my reasoning there. Honestly, Verna's on a sneaky win streak lately. She's had 3, right? I think 3. Yeah, and then Amanda Lemos bounced back, but she's won, I think, 3 of her last 5 as well. I'm not sure. Somebody fact check me on that. But we're going to go with the Amanda Lemos for those reasons already mentioned. So hopefully it's a good card. We'll see. Hopefully the picks come through. And I really do like Amanda Lemos, Garcia. I like Park as well. Love Miranda Maverick. And I like Cody Gibson. So those are my guys. We'll see how they do.